These audio recordings reflect the private and intimate lives of women who are open to sharing their experiences on the Salon Tales platform. The women who are receiving service in the videos are not the same as the voice recording. The idea is to be entertained while learning a skilled trade. These are, to the speaker's knowledge, true and real experiences.
Is happening because they've been suffering with illness. Anybody who gets to the point, in our opinion, who will take their life, they're not doing it to be selfish.
No.
They're doing it because they're sick.
Yes.
And we don't say commit suicide. We say died by suicide. It is not a sin. And that's what we're trying to teach people. If people say, he committed suicide, that is a sin. Dying by suicide is not a sin. That is a product of illness. Think about being in a position where you are so dire, where you can take your own life. I mean, we know that that's not a normal thing for anybody to want to do.
Yeah, but think of the mental state as well.
Yes, you have to think of the mental state that person's in and how sad that person is and how hopeless they feel.
Right.
And that's, suicide is a product of illness. We believe that.
Yes. Now, does somebody choose to die by suicide, but have a advance directive that says otherwise? How do you go about that?
If they've died by suicide, but they have an advance directive.
Yes, that said otherwise.
Well, I believe the advance directive would have to be null and void.
Okay.
Only because that wasn't the expected outcome.
Okay.
Suicide a lot of times is a surprise.
Yes.
To people, and that's the thing too that we need to understand. Somebody could look happy as all get out, continue their life, go to the gym, take care of themselves, and be gone the next day, and nobody would know it, because we don't know what people are suffering from. We don't know what people are dealing with inside.
Yes.
So yes, in that case, you would, if it was a situation I believe was suicide, I think it would be null and void if they were gone. Okay. If it was an attempt, I could see it maybe working. But if they say do not resuscitate, then I believe they wouldn't resuscitate. Okay, because that was that person's wishes. If it was a situation where it was an attempt and they were brought in, I think they would do whatever they could medically to keep that person alive.
Okay. Now, getting life insurance and with the advance directive, are they one and the same, or is this two different?
Two completely different things.
What's the difference between?
We don't do life insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, life insurance is through a different type of broker. Okay. That they're the people who come in and go, okay, we're going to give you a blood test to see if you're smoking. That's going to, tell you how much you get. Or we don't do any of that. We just want to make sure anything that has to do with speaking for yourself and having your wishes met medically, are taken care of.
Okay. Now, someone who's completely healthy, young, and just have questions about, in the case something does go wrong, what should I do? What's the guidance you would give them?
Well, that would fall under the death education. Okay. That we do. So anybody could come to me. I've had meetings with people where I've sat down and given them, these are the options. Whether it's, like the green burial stuff. I think a lot of the younger generation are getting on board with the eco-friendly ways of being buried, because at the end of the day, it's like we want to leave green space for people. We want more parks built, and we want, hills left untouched, things like that. There are, like in the county that I'm in, there's a lot of farmland, a lot of agriculture. I'm hoping somebody gets on board and we'll have a green cemetery.
Oh.
I think it would be wonderful. We have so many fields.
Yes, there's a lot of fields.
That would be a wonderful option for people. And maybe some of these farm families around here, maybe not all the generations want to farm all the land.
Yes.
So we're hoping those options are there. But I come in and just educate them on what they can do, how they can prepare themselves for their funerals, and how it is such a gift to have that done for your family and your children.
For minors. So, say for instance, you're an adult and you have an advance directive. Mm-hmm. You have children, small children. Are you able to create one for them, or do they have to wait until they become adults?
They have to be 18.
Okay.
Yes. And so anybody who can be a proxy for an advance directive has to be 18. And anybody who is going to have one has to be 18 and above.
Okay, my reason for asking is if, in the case an incident happens where the adult and the child both are passing or has passed, the adult has an advance directive, but the child does not. So how would that work?
I would just imagine that it would be in the family's hands.
It would be in the family's hands.
Yes.
Okay, so like the next of kin.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, let's doula in a nutshell. Yes.
Doula in a nutshell.
Yes, well, we're hoping that more people become aware
Yes.
of end-of-life doulas because we think it's a service that could be useful to the community.
Yes.
And we really want to normalize death.
Yes.
And we want to let
it's a very normal thing.
It is.
It's a part of the process of life.
It is part of the process of life. And death is not a medical event. It is a natural event. It's going to happen to everyone. But in the medical instance of that, we just want to make sure people are taken care of and they know what their rights are and they know that they do have choices.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much again. We appreciate information. One more question I do have for you.
Sure.
So I know that you are out here in California, so do you travel as well outside of this state with your services?
I don't, but we do have wonderful end-of-life doula directories.
Okay.
There is where I took my training.
Yeah.
It's called the International End-of-Life Doula Association.
Okay.
They are also called INELDA.
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 Okay.
And if you go on their website, there's a doula directory. And I'm listed there, and you can find doula state to state.
Okay.
And city to city.
Sounds good. And can you, one more time, can you spell out your website, your name, just for those who are listening who don't spell it right or can't find it? Could you make it a little bit easier for them?
Sure, I can. So my website is www.beautifulgoodbyes.net. My name is Lene, Line, accent over the E. My last name is Donnelly, Donnelly.
All right. Thank you so much, Lene.
Thank you for having me, Sierra.
All right.